Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and we have got so much to get through because we didn't get a chance to have a look at day 2, night 2 of SummerSlam. So we've got Raw, we've got the second day of SummerSlam, loads of WWE news. This is going to be a pretty long episode. So Christopher, thank you. This is the WWE folder. This is coming from Wrestling Observer. So Dave Meltzer is saying that he was told that Gunther is going to have surgery on his nose. He said he was told that a few days ago, and that it was very clear from watching the finish that Gunther is having surgery on his nose pretty quick, because they shot the angle where, you know, it was like he busted his nose. So Dave Meltzer is very much of the opinion that the injury that Gunther has suffered is legitimate, and so apparently it is going to require surgery. This was doing the rounds on the 3rd, that it's been trademarked The Vision, right? And that was believed to be the new name for this group. And of course, we would find out on Raw that it does appear to be that they are now going to be going by that name. So, Christopher, again, thank you. Okay, Kane, thank you. So, PW Insider on the ending of night 1, right, of SummerSlam. So, at Saturday night's main event, they treated Seth Rollins' injury as an injury. He did go to Birmingham, Alabama, right, which is where there is like a really serious hospital. So he did go to Birmingham, Alabama. If Rollins' injury was a work all along, then very few people were in on it. And the company also worked the talent and the employees. Rollins would also have worked his students. That is a bit of a slippery slope. If you start to work the talent, it can definitely create mistrust. I mean, this really was a massive undertaking. I mean, apparently there was very, very few people that were told about this legitimately. And so, yeah, I think there was talent that was kind of kept in the dark as to whether this was real or not. And I think they really did go out of their way to make this as surprising as possible. I don't think this is something they're going to want to do on a regular basis because, yeah, it is true. The talent don't like being deceived. The talent don't like being worked. So, you know, I could understand it being a bit uncomfortable, right, when it was revealed. But, yeah, I'm not sure this is something that they're going to do on a regular basis, but maybe as an exception, maybe as a one-off. Hopefully they were happy with the result enough to make it worth it. Right, TKO. Riley, thank you. TKO has got plans underway to introduce more 2-night pay-per-views. So Survivor Series in 2026 and the 2027 Royal Rumble are at the top of the list of shows that they could turn into a 2-night format. Money in the Bank, a possibility as well. So that coming from Andrew Baydala. So not familiar with Andrew Baydala, to be honest. But there we go. Apparently been featured in a few notable publications. So there we go. Probably not too surprising, to be honest, considering we obviously are doing WrestleMania and SummerSlam now. It's probably not too surprising to hear that they're looking at the Royal Rumble and Survivor Series. Okay, this came through 6 hours ago. Wrestle Night says, oh my God, no, please fix this now, Triple H. I do just want to take this opportunity to say, try not to tag me in Sean Ross Sapp stuff, right? He has asked to not be tagged in things. I think it's because so many people tag him, like with my name for Unseen, and so he has said would mind just kind of mentioning it. So this was quite a while ago though, so I wanted to include this because Wrestle Night, I think, just kindly tagged me. I think it was more responding to it, honestly, so that's fine. But yeah, for others that are watching, when it comes to Sean, try not to tag me in that. It's just worth mentioning once in a while. But the news is that Karrion Kross and Scarlett are not at Raw. They weren't at Raw. Their contracts are up this weekend. That's coming from Fightful Select, right? Now, I've just read the report on this, and at the moment, it seems like they're up this weekend. What Sean can establish and what Fightful can establish is that Karrion and Scarlett haven't been told that their contracts are going to be allowed to just expire, but it doesn't seem like they've been told much at all. I would imagine they're asking, trying to get clarification. Obviously, they've not come out and said anything. WWE haven't said anything. So I don't know what the situation here is. If their contracts are just going to be allowed to expire, wouldn't WWE have like made a statement now? Wouldn't they have come out with something, considering their contracts are up this weekend? There's something about this just not sitting quite right with me, honestly. There's something about this that just seems really off. Certainly when you look at the fact that there are so many people chanting "We Want Kross" and tweeting "We Want Kross," and I would urge that people still do that, right? I would urge that you still do that, because obviously we want them to be re-signed. But I don't know, if these two end up getting released, I will be really, really shocked. For a number of reasons. First of all, because I think they're both great talents. But second of all, because WWE keeps saying they're going to listen to the fans, and that they are listening to the fans. And I think the fans have made their voices well heard. So, I don't know. This is obviously one we're going to keep an eye on. But, yeah, honestly, I'll be shocked. I will be shocked if they do end up leaving WWE. Just to kind of back that up, look, stay loud, Kross cult, said Wrestle Night. Hashtag We Want Kross. Karrion Kross trending along with We Want Kross. And just a little look as to what we're getting on NXT. Obviously, we'll be live doing the watch-along. So we got Sol Ruka against Tatum Paxley. We have got Hank and Tank taking on the Chase U Boys. Looks like we've got, is that Lola Vice taking on Blake Monroe? Looks like we've got Miles Bourne taking on Lexis King as well. So looking pretty good. And I'm sure I saw a graphic, might be in this video somewhere, of Nia Jax taking on Thea Hale. I do worry for Thea Hale in that match, but that's another match that we should be getting on this week's NXT. Okay, let's just have a little look back at night one. So, yeah, this was Nikki Bella's reaction to the ending of Gunther, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins cashing in.
That is unreal. We are all shocked. That was freaking crazy. Believe it to Seth freaking Rollins to make it freaking crazy. That is probably my favorite ending to SummerSlam ever.
There we go. Her favorite ending to SummerSlam ever. I'd love to get her thoughts on night two, to be honest. I wonder what she thought about night two. So, Adam, thank you. Seth Rollins says he was on crutches for 3 weeks to play off his injury as legitimate. He said limping around on those crutches for 3 weeks was excruciating. That was painful, because not only did I go and do that show for a few days, but I went to the gym. I took my daughter to Manhattan Beach for some ice cream. I dropped her off at preschool. I went and had a nice steak dinner with my wife and Bianca Belair and Montez on crutches. I wonder, I mean, I bet they didn't know. I bet they went out for dinner. I bet Seth had the crutches, and I bet he never told them, because this was on a need to know basis. I wonder if this will all be kind of coming out in WWE Unreal, because I'd imagine they'll be doing WWE Unreal. I can't wait to watch that. I can't wait to find out a little bit more about the deception. Seth Rollins had to tell his daughter about kayfabe so that she wouldn't tell anyone about the injury.
Be great. My daughter, she thought it was a game. She thought it was a fun little game. I told her, look, Daddy's got a pretend boo-boo. Let's put it that way, for the next few weeks. So let's just keep that on the low, Okay. First thing she did is went and told her preschool teacher, Miss Joy. First thing she did, immediately. No way. And then, of course, she had to tell me that she told Miss Joy, and then she had to give me the classic, nana, boo-boo, I told Miss Joy. And I was like, what am I going to, how am I supposed to live my life? How am I supposed to get this through? Okay, come on, focus. Kayfabe, young Rue, kayfabe.
There we go. Right, a fan called CM Punk a selfish for not signing his card at SummerSlam.
Top of the mountain, and then it's...
Look at this guy here, right? Please, please. Hey, selfish, you selfish. Look, he starts going off on him. You can't quite hear what he's saying, but I can believe that it is what is being alleged. So there we go, that fan apparently going off. I think he really wanted to get that card signed by CM Punk. This was just after the main event of night one. So Johnny, thank you. Let's have a look at SummerSlam night two. Oh, this guy was amazing on the pre-show. Steve said he was spot on. He really was.
We got the shoes. We got a little dog in us.
He sounds like him.
That's good.
That's so good, isn't it?
It's the summer of Seth. We got the shoes. We got a little dog in us.
That is so good. Oh, and this was everywhere. I think everyone's seen this. Fight broke out in the crowd. It's not much of a fight. I mean, maybe there's a bit more footage that we haven't seen. But a little bit of a fight. They separate it. They calm it down. A lot of security go over. And there we go. I mean, that was it, really. But this was absolutely everywhere. That, like, little fight in the crowd. She loves it. Right, not John Cena in my video while I'm waiting to record Dom. So, can you see him? I mean, you know what I mean? He is hard to spot. He is hard to spot. Let's see if we can find... I'm going to play a game of Where's John Cena. So, he is there. So, there he is, having a little peep. Having a little peep as this woman was getting ready to... record Dominic Mysterio coming out. So there we go. Very good. Very good. So Anarchy X, thank you. Oh, hello. Looks like we've got a little out of sync. There we go. Right. Triple H responds to the crowd who are chanting, "We want Kross." You want Brock? You've got him. So there we go. Rusu, thank you. I talked about this on the watch along. I don't really read too much into this. I genuinely think that he knew he was going to go on stage and be asked about Brock. And he's probably thinking, like, right, what am I going to say? I don't want to say anything controversial. I don't want to say anything that's going to be taken out of context. I would imagine in his head, it's Brock, 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 Brock. So as soon as he's hearing people chant, "We want Kross," his head's probably gone Brock. I genuinely could understand that being a genuine mistake. Some people think he did it on purpose. I don't think he did it on purpose, personally. I think that his head was probably going Brock, 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 because that's probably what he was thinking about. Just let me get through this questioning, and I'm going to be asked about Brock, and what am I going to say, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think that actually was quite good for Karrion, because they were chanting, "We want Kross," because everyone obviously knows these contracts coming up, and they really like Karrion, and they want him to stay. And I think the fact that Triple H didn't quite hear it correctly, that just made it go even more viral. So, in a roundabout way, I think this was probably quite good for Karrion. And Karrion jumped straight onto it as well. So, Blue Eyes, thank you. So, unreal. They write the scripts, but the fans write the truth. Thank you, TikTok. So, there we go. There's Karrion. This got viewed by 1.6 million views on this tweet. So, the fact the crowd were chanting, "We want Kross," and he heard Brock. And there's Karrion speaking on the topic. Kian, thank you. Triple H states that John Cena essentially wanted Brock Lesnar during his retirement tour. One of the first things I said to him, John, is, "Who do you want and how?" And we're working through that. So it wasn't outright said that Brock came back because of John, but it was certainly implied after SummerSlam Night 2. Triple H slams the old press conference post-show when he used to have media in front of him in favor of the new structure. He said, "This is what WWE is. It's not sitting in a room with people asking questions. These are the true fans of WWE." And Mitchell said, "In other words, this is easier because I don't have to answer anything." That is correct. Although the questions he used to get were absolutely just useless. I've said on the watch-alongs about how it was just people asking wrestlers, "How do you feel since you've now become champion?" And it's like, how do you think they feel? You know, those questions are just absolute rubbish. So I certainly don't miss the old setup, but we all know why they changed it, right? Okay, let's work our way through SummerSlam. I've only got a couple of bits. So this was the first match. Iyo, Rhea, Naomi. Naomi's dad, of course, playing Naomi to the ring. For some reason, look, Iyo being carried by Rhea after the match. Rio lives. So, Anthony, thank you. This was really interesting. Rhea Ripley said, "I think I hate SummerSlam." And what's really interesting about that is because, of course, you would think it's because she lost. She tweeted this around the same time that Brock Lesnar came back. If you think about when her match was, I believe her match was around like 11 o'clock UK time. I mean, it was the first match. It was the opening match. So by the time she's losing, it's probably around 11:30 UK time, something like that. She actually tweeted this at 3:49 in the morning. I mean, this is, I think, after SummerSlam, to be honest. So yeah, it's really around the time that we get the Brock stuff. So I'm not saying that it's connected, But I thought the timing was quite interesting. So, Blue Eyes, thank you. There is Naomi's dad meeting Iyo and Rhea. And Naomi's like, oh, heck no. Dad, proceed with caution. So, Johnny, thank you. So, just a few bits coming out of the opening match. Then I think it was TLC. Look at this. Robbie, thank you. Love a good meme. So, yeah. Very good. Amazing spot. Brady, thank you. A lot of people talking about this. The cracks that are now on Uncle Howdys' mask. I said again in the watch long, I don't really read too much into this. I think they're just, you know, got a few different masks. One of them's a little grey. One of them's a bit more green. This one's got some cracks on. I think they're just kind of playing around with it. I don't know that this means that he's cracking or that anything like that. I just think that they've got a few different designs, a few different slight variations. So obviously something to keep an eye on. See if we do actually get any development. So certainly something worth being aware of, but I don't at this stage read too much into it. Carl, shout out to you. Nikki Cross says us against the worlds. So there we go. Of course, the Wyatt Six were victorious. And of course, following the fact that Johnny knocked into the ladder, which knocked Candice to the outside, Johnny said, to answer everyone's question, no, I did not sleep on the couch last night. We were actually in a hotel room and there was no couch. There's a video, I couldn't include it because I'm already aware we've got a lot of folders, of him having to put ice onto his voice box, onto his throat, because like I think he must have took a blow and he was kind of struggling with his voice. I don't know if you remember, but JC Jane went through something the other week very similar, and he was going through the same. So there is a fun video backstage of him going off saying he can barely talk and this is going to ruin his voice acting career and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, pretty fun. Johnny and Candice DIY actually were really great during this match and following this match. So yeah, really good. TLC, one of the best matches of really the whole SummerSlam weekend. So Christopher, thank you. Then we had Lyra and Becky, of course. So the cable tie moment. So here we can see there, you can clearly see that the hands.
It's a Harry Houdini.
Let's go over here.
Like, oh
my God, I need to take me off. There you can see, look, her hands are completely apart. I actually didn't see that at the time. I didn't see that her hands were completely separated. I mean, what the flip? What the flip? And then Lyra has to make a decision, doesn't she? In this moment, she has to decide, am I just going to... So this has gone wrong. Am I going to just continue with my hands being free, even though we've got some stuff planned where I need my hands tied? Or shall I just pretend, right? And of course, we go back to pretending. She just hopes that no one has seen, you know? She just hopes that no one has seen. And I think it's really unfortunate because I do think that takes away from the match. I mean, I saw that it was loose and I saw that it had come apart, but it's only when I saw this video that I saw that it had actually, like, properly come apart and her hands were completely free. Let me see if I can find it again. I think it's over here, isn't it? There. Ta-da! Lol. Right, there was a Mexican wave during the match, which is a bit disappointing. I mean, Mexican waves are fun. It adds to the atmosphere, I suppose, but it also kind of implies the crowd are a bit... you can't quite make it out, but it gets to about here, and then it stops, and then the crowd start booing, right? And this is all during Becky Lyra, so... There, you can hear the boos. The boos isn't for anything happening in the ring. It's because the Mexican wave got round and then died a death. So, Johnny, thank you. Yeah, WrestleBuzz said, I've got some outsider vibes going on here, which maybe. I mean, obviously, Bayley didn't turn. So, if she had turned, that could have been really fun. So, I don't know. Was that just a bit coincidental or, I don't know. I don't know. That's crazy, isn't it? So, WrestleBuzz, thank you. So that was Lyra and Becky. Then we went on to, is it the cage match, isn't it? I don't think I've actually got anything for I think the cage match was that dull. I don't think I've actually got anything in the folders for the cage match. So, there we go. We can skip the cage match. AJ Dominic So here, Edward, thank you. So AJ with all the callbacks to SummerSlam 05, Eddie Ray, so the lowrider, the Eddie-inspired gear, AJ's son with the blonde hair, right? Just like what Dominic looked like back in 2005. So there's Dominic in 2005. And here was AJ's son. So good. The level of detail was so good. So yeah, I think all of this really added to this match, and it was the only like proper, normal, traditional match that we actually ended up getting on night 2. So there we go, very good. And Steve, thank you. This coming from Fightful, Rey Mysterio commenting on this. So Rey Mysterio said, incredible 20-year tribute, Eddie versus Rey from AJ and Dominic, aka Dirty Dom. Hashtag respect. I still wish Eddie would have beaten me and kept Dom's custody. For those that don't know, they were 20 years ago battling over who was going to get Dominic. That was a thing. Yeah, we were doing that 20 odd years ago. So there we go. I still wish Eddie would have beaten me and kept Dom's custody. Very good. Very, very good. Right. And then I think, is it just Cena and Cody then at that point? So Cena didn't want his music playing. So he just wanted to hear the fans. Cut the sounds. I just want to hear the fans. So there we go. They're chanting Cena. I'll tell you the thing I was thinking. A lot of wrestlers, when they finish, have to go down the side. We saw Rhea do that with Iyo. We saw, like, all the people during their matches. Once their matches were over, they would go down this side bit, round there, and then go round the back of the stage. Here's John at the end of his match walking up the ramp. And of course he can, because there's nothing that's going to follow this. Plus also it's John Cena at his final SummerSlam. So, you know, I'd imagine the main eventers do get to go up the ramp rather than down the side. There's no need to go down the side. You go down the side because quickly we're going to move on to the next thing. So it could be that an entrance is about to happen soon. But obviously no entrance here. So John getting to go up the ramp as the crowd are chanting his name and cheering for him. Obviously, just moments after he's been F5'd a few times. And I'm sure the fans are still trying to wrap their heads around what they've seen. Love this. This is featured before, right? So happy that Cody is now a 2-time undisputed champ. There he is celebrating. Cody Rhodes at the club. Having a great time. Yeah, 2-time champ. Love that for him. Love that for him. Obviously, it's not actually Cody. It's just someone that looks a bit like Cody, but that's the joke. So, Eric, shout out to you. Okay, there is a Brock folder, and honestly, I mean, we really deep dived during our watch along, and I don't really have much to kind of add. I've got a couple of little bits which I think are, I don't know, they take you on a bit of the journey, okay? So this is the Brock folder. So I got told there was rumours doing the rounds before SummerSlam Night 2 that Brock was going to come back. Now, to be honest, before every kind of Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, any kind of big show, there's rumours that Brock's going to come back, okay? There's another one as well, which is normally every once in a while, people will go onto the website. They'll see that Brock Lesnar is listed as a current superstar, and then they'll kind of go, oh my God, they're bringing him back. He's being listed as a current superstar. He's always been listed as a current superstar. But it's just that people just occasionally notice, and then that does the rounds. So that's one that we get on a regular basis. This one, though, this is bonkers, right? This is actually bonkers. This was doing the rounds before SummerSlam Night 2. This, I think, I don't know where it's come from. It's come from Boozer Wrestling, who I didn't know was still going, right? I don't know where they're putting their information out, but it must be on like a Reddit or something. But honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. This was the news that was doing the rounds before SummerSlam Night 2. Triple H has made a personal phone call to someone. That's the news. That was the news that was doing the rounds. Triple H has made a personal phone call to someone. Can you believe it? Brock's coming back. So now some fans think it might be to The Rock, right? But others think it might have been to Brock. And some think that it might be someone that we're not even expecting. So it could be Rock, it could be Brock, or it could be someone else. But this apparently was news to the rest. Honestly, if you tagged me in this before SummerSlam Night 2, I would have ignored that. I might have dropped a like so that I knew I'd read it, but there ain't no way that would have made it into an unseen. So that to me, I do not look at that and go, oh God, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I should have known Brock was returning. God, if only I'd known that Triple H had made a personal phone call to someone. So, yeah, that did make me smile, to be honest. So, Rodney, thank you. Shockwave, thank you. This is another example. No shade on this person, but so much fake news doing the rounds. I mean, first of all, this TikTok alleges that Brock and Rock were going to return. And, of course, we did not get The Rock. So, 50% wrong. Granted, they did kind of say that the Brock was going to return, and I don't know if maybe they have just jumped on this news. Apparently there was people going around saying that they had spotted Brock at SummerSlam. So my thought process, my thoughts are that maybe we've seen a little bit of this. Maybe we've seen some people saying they've seen Brock, and that's good enough, right? That would not be good enough for me. I would definitely want to see at least a picture or something, because do you know what? There's a lot of people in the world that tell lies. There's a lot of people in the world that will say they've seen someone when they haven't, or they thought they've seen someone and it's actually someone else. So, yeah, a couple of people online saying that they've spotted Brock is not good enough for me, right? So, again, if I'd been tagged in this or shown this, I wouldn't have paid it much attention. There's no evidence or anything actually supporting the claims that are in here. Of course, in retrospect, we now know that that part of it is correct, and we know that that bit there was correct, right? So, in retrospect, it looks different, but before Night 2 of SummerSlam, I would have just discarded these. The other thing as well, this person claims that the lawsuit, the legal action has been resolved, and that the case isn't going in. And that's completely fake. That's false. That is not correct. The lawsuit is still going on. So not only is there no supporting evidence in here, but there's actually fake information in this, false information in this. So be careful where you're getting your news from, yeah? Be careful where you're getting your news from. You've got people out there that are just jumping on anything that is being said. And on this occasion, this person, you know, has been able to, you know, get a dub because the Brock news has proven to be correct. But if you're just going to jump on anything that's being said, you're going to take more L's than you are dubs. And also, claiming that the lawsuit has been settled when it hasn't is just outright misleading. So just be really, really careful. Really, really careful where you're getting your information from. John Albert said Brock Lesnar, for what it's worth, is still part of the active litigation against WWE and Vince McMahon in the Janelle Grant case. And I can hear people already, Brady, thank you, saying he's not being prosecuted, he's not being sued, he is not someone that Janelle Grant is going after, right? But he is mentioned 44 times in the lawsuit. And the big question is, what did he know? What did he know? Did he know that Janelle Grant was being made, allegedly, to go on sexual encounters and provide material against her will? You know, this is what the lawsuit's all about. She claims that she was being forced, being pressured into doing things that she didn't want to do. How much did Brock Lesnar know? And there's a lot of detail in here. There's a lot of stuff in here. So even though he is not being sued, even though he is not being prosecuted, he was still involved. He was still a part of this. He was receiving material from Janelle Grant, from Vince, showing Janelle Grant sexually explicit material, photos, videos, right? There's lots of other things as well. So, yeah, it is one of those. It is true when you see people that are sharing screenshots that show that Brock is not being sued and he is not being prosecuted. You see a lot of people going, I don't see where the problem is. And honestly, it's just, don't be one of those people. Because, like, he was a part of this. Like, what did he know? If he knew that she was being used and abused, right, pressured, then it's obviously not a good look that he didn't help her, right? So it's difficult. The whole thing is difficult. It's very uncomfortable, right? Fans, we want Kross, Triple H. Yeah, you want Brock, you've got him. So the mishearing, right? Is it John Cena writing his own story? Triple H basically said Cena requested to bring back Brock Lesnar. So he doesn't outright say that, but as we said earlier, it's very much implied, it's very much insinuated that Brock Lesnar is on John Cena's kind of wish list of final opponents. So my reaction, so Triple H comments on the Brock Lesnar return reaction. My reaction was exactly what I thought it was going to be, which was if there had been a roof on the place, it wouldn't be here anymore. The dynamic in the room in WWE changes when the Beast is here. Seeing Brock Lesnar come back, anything that you thought was happening sort of all goes out the window because the factor of Brock now just changes that dynamic so incredibly. It makes it unpredictable. Body Slam Net says, do you want me to take a position? So we were seeing quite a bit of this where, you know, people obviously, once the shock had settled down, were trying to wrap their heads around it. Body Slam Net said, if you want me to take a position, then sure. What Brock did was unethical and pathetic. I have no desire to see Brock show up again, and I still don't. Even though he did nothing illegal, it still doesn't feel right for him to come back. And that, I think, is echoed by quite a few people. We did a watch-along earlier, and I was very clear in saying that I understand where people are coming from that just don't want Brock back and feel uncomfortable, feel uneasy. I really do understand people that have got that position. Equally, I do understand the people that are saying innocent till proven guilty, and what did he actually do that was wrong? Right? I can understand those people as well. I mean, I suppose what I'm saying is that this is quite a complex situation. We do not have all of the information. But I think it's worth just recognizing that there are people out there that feel uncomfortable about this situation as well. So, yeah, it's one of those. It's a very, very difficult topic. And WWE have obviously decided now is a perfectly right time or acceptable time to bring him back. And I think everyone is just looking now to see how is the live crowd going to react, how social media reacted, kind of, you know, what's the response, what's the temperature, and obviously that's a process. I don't know if he's going to be on the show on Friday on SmackDown. I mean, if he is, it's going to be absolutely unmissable. Not just because it's a Brock segment, but more how's that live crowd going to react. I don't think you can judge the reaction he got at SummerSlam because a lot of that is shock. A lot of that is just no one expecting him to be there. And a lot of people kind of questioning, like, does this mean he's cleared? Does this mean he's innocent? Is this WWE telling us that he's, you know, not guilty and he's back and we can move forward? And I mean, no one had the answers at that time. We still don't really have the answers right now. So I don't know that you can massively, you know, judge his return just off that one reaction. It's obviously going to be very interesting now the dust has settled, now that people are getting better informed. It's going to be very interesting to see what that reaction is going forwards. Okay, Jesse said, what if R-Truth brought Brock Lesnar back? Could that be a storyline with Ron Killings in the driver's seat now? Maybe. I mean, honestly, my head has not switched to booking because for me, I've just been looking at the temperature of the return and where everyone's at and some of the comments that are being made. So for me, I've been kind of focused on that for the past 24 hours. So in regards to booking, I think we're definitely doing him against John Cena. I think that we are definitely going to use him in the Rumble in Saudi Arabia. I don't know about what we do after, say, Paris, because I think the match against John will be in Paris, clash in Paris. I don't know if Brock's going to be at Survivor Series. He might go away and then come back for the Rumble. But actually having R-Truth connected is possible. But I really don't know that you're going to see loads of Brock Lesnar. I don't know that he's going to be around on like a regular basis. So we'll have to see. John Cena first, of course. So, Christopher, thank you. So, 4 weeks ago, WWE Legal cleared Brock Lesnar. As far as why, I don't know. And that's something to speculate on because there's a lot of stuff. Obviously, everything relates to the Janelle Grant lawsuit. And WWE Legal is either confident that their thing is going to go to arbitration and that Lesnar's not going to be a factor at that point, or they're close to a settlement and at that point Lesnar's not a factor, or someone there just had a change of mind. And I don't know which one of those it is. I do know that everyone figured this out, but I can tell you this factually, that the reason they didn't do the press conferences was because of this angle. So that coming from Dave Meltzer. And again, I just thought this was really interesting. And again, guys, if we can try and not tag me in the Sean Rostap thing, right? Christopher, thank you. So here, Janelle Grant's rep issued the following statement regarding Brock Lesnar's return, okay? Sean said he'd asked WWE for comment, but hasn't heard anything back. So this is from Janelle Grant's representation, okay? So this is what Janelle Grant's team are saying about Brock being back. So this is big, okay? So for far too long, abuse was allowed to thrive under WWE's leadership. Instead of righting this wrong, WWE has done nothing to ensure that those responsible are held accountable. This attempt to sweep misconduct under the rug will backfire. We look forward to the full set of facts, including those about Mr. Lesnar, coming out in a court of law where they belong. But in the meantime, we refer you back to Janelle Grant's updated complaint, which outlines in detail the abuse that she endured by McMahon and others whilst employed at WWE. So there we go. That is pretty much where we are right now. The fact that this Janelle Grant team has not come out and said, we, don't have any issues with Mr. Lesnar returning to WWE. We wish him all the best in the future. Like, they haven't given the green light for his return. If anything, they're saying they're looking forward to the full set of facts, including those about Mr. Lesnar coming out in a court of law. So that's what Janelle Grant's team are currently saying about this situation. So it's very complex. It's very messy. There's people passionately standing on both sides of the argument. And then there's a lot of us in the middle. As I said, I'm trying to be balanced. I'm certainly not comfortable with it. I certainly don't love it that he's back. But I don't know. I feel like I don't have possession of the full facts either. And so I'm very interested to see how this unfolds and what else we learn over the coming days, weeks, and months. So there we go. That is the Brock Lesnar folder. Right, let's have a look at other, shall we? So Scarlett Bordeaux said the darkest moments didn't happen in the ring. They happened in silence, backstage and off air. He wrote them all down. So this book available now. Online and at bookstores, Karrion Kross. But what a perfect time to be releasing the book, isn't it? Perfect time. So you could do an updated version depending on how this weekend goes. So that from Scarlett. Stephanie said perspective in life is everything. So basically she says in this clip, I won't play it because we are running out of time. She basically is talking to John Cena in an interview, and she said she just had this feeling she was going to lose Triple H early. She couldn't shake it. And then Triple H had his heart trouble and she thought that was it, but he pulled through. And she said ever since that feeling of him passing away early and me losing him early, it's gone away. I don't have that anymore. And she's like, it's as if something was meant to happen, but it didn't happen. And now we've gone down a different path. It's really, really interesting. Very personal, very insightful. So I think the interview with John is going to be very interesting from Steph. Ah, there it is. Edward, thank you. So Nia Jax going one-on-one with Thea on NXT. World of Wrestling, thank you. So inside the book, we have got one of the journal entries, the one all about She, which long ago was decoded and worked out to be about Alexa, right? But it does have a date in the book that I don't believe is on the journal entry of Nightbirds. And actually, when you go to the date, it is this moment where Alexa is standing on the commentary table and Uncle Howdy kind of makes his presence felt. So, I mean, it's just confirmed. It's just confirmed that it is about Alexa, but we knew that kind of anyway. But I think there will be a few little things like that in this book. This book now, of course, available to purchase. WWE shop. It is kind of like the journal brought to life, really. So, Word of Wrestling, thank you. So you know how Karrion couldn't believe that Triple H had misheard the We Want Kross chants. Braun Strowman actually responded to Karrion. He said, you know they don't care about the fans. They care about nepotism, ass kissers, and their buddies. So it seems like Braun is very frustrated, very angry, does not have many nice words to say about the current WWE setup. So, not sure I see Braun coming back anytime soon. Thomas, thank you. So, this is a Diesel concept sketch from 95. This is what Diesel was going to look like back in 1995. I don't know what they were going for there. That's pretty wild, isn't it? Christopher, thank you. Alexa Bliss says she will 100% bring back the supernatural aspects of her character in the future. She said 100%. One thing I've always said about my character is that it's always evolving. I do have my next idea already for my character, but right now my character's not friends with Charlotte. That's been a lot of fun, and who knows, maybe Charlotte will become the next Lily. So there we go. Alexa has got a few ideas. The only thing I would say about that is Triple H doesn't seem to be too taken with supernatural stuff. So I think she might struggle a little bit to bring those elements back. But there's definitely a grey area that can be kind of worked in. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see where that leads. And this is going to be really exciting for a lot of people. So Chris Van Vliet is sitting down and interviewing Zilla Fatu. So that's maybe not one that's going to resonate with everyone in the wrestling fandom, but this is a name that you hear quite a lot of. A lot of people are hoping to see him in WWE soon, and this should be a very interesting interview. So there we go, Zilla being interviewed. Word of Wrestling, thank you. Let's go fun, shall we? See what we're dealing with in fun. There's quite a bit in here. So, Randy Orton said that Jelly Roll has offered to write a song with him. The other news that's come out is that Jelly Roll has offered to redo the vocals for Randy's theme, and he said he'll actually do that for him as well. So, there we go. Seems like Jelly Roll really wants to get involved in different things. There we go. WWE SummerSlam or a Coldplay concert. I think we've got that meme, actually. I think it's CM Punk that took this image, got the Coldplay concert image, put them side by side. So there we go. That is them recreating, I believe, that Coldplay concert. This was from Raw tonight. So Enigma, thank you. So this person saying that they spent $800 to get really good seats. And this was their view. That is the Xavier Woods hat right there. And that's what they could see. Me paying $800 for Monday Night Raw floor seats to be behind the announce table. And there is Xavier Woods' hat. This is Becky Lynch's new profile picture. Very good. Very good. Becky's on fire tonight, says I am the colour reds. Right, when the remote falls on the floor whilst you're laying on the couch. Mackenzie, shout out to you. Opala said, look, we've got a green shirt gang. It's true, isn't it? Loads of people now arriving in green shirt guy shirts. And also, of course, we had yellow shirt guy. So, do you know what I mean? It's one of those. He is the OG, of course, but I think this is going to be something we're going to see a lot more of now. People going in these kind of front rows wearing yellow smiley shirts, purple ones, orange ones, green ones. So there we go. There it is. CM Punk. There we go. Taking that image, putting the Coldplay concert one next to it. Boom. Eric, thank you. Oh, this is just nice. Shaquem, thank you.
Hey, see, look, that's where Papa comes up from. Down there in the hole. Isn't that crazy? I just come out of a hole. Like a hobbit hole. Like a hobbit hole. You gonna come down to the ring, say hi? Yeah, that feather. You gonna say hi, Triple H? Hi, Triple H. Oh, whoa. Hi. Give Triple H a high five. One, two, three.
There you go. It's just nice, isn't it? Just imagine that being a kid of one of the wrestlers, getting to just be there whilst they're just, you know, rehearsing, going through the motions, getting in the ring, you know. God, amazing, amazing. Two icons meet for the first time.
Oh, I bet it does. I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Like Suck with Rock.
Yeah.
Strongest style winner.
She loves that, doesn't she?
Oh, I bet it does. I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Like Suck with Rock.
Yeah.
Strongest style winner.
So there we go. I think he was saying that the eyes, the plastic eyes, if he gets hit with it, like it does actually hurt. So Christopher, thank you. DJ Mutt, thank you. So here we've got the Usos just retweeting Cardi B and Jay. Are they actually? I don't even think I've seen this video. There's Jay. It looks like he's doing a yeet. I don't think Cardi knows what's going on, to be honest. Cardi's just living her best life, right? So Usos have reposted that. Here's Naomi. She says, brother, delete this. I don't like her. And if you don't, I'll do it from Big Jim's phone. So there we go, Naomi. Making it very clear where she stands on that. So DJ Mutt, thank you. This is good from Grayson.
There's a lot of places I'd rather be than talking to you guys, but I'm contractually obligated to be here. I mean, so I won't get fined. This idiot just walked in front of the glass. All 3 of your followers, you got your mum, your auntie, and your uncle. This is going to them.
You've been eating a little bit there.
Nah, you can't do that to me, dude. I'm shredded right now, dude. I'm good to go. Good try, though. I appreciate it.
Like that, oh yeah.
That's the least macho man I've ever seen. No, I'm not touching your hand. You got to pay money to get in this suite. You're like, what, 12? You can't do a shoot. 19. You're 19 with that hairline. That sucks, dude.
It's great to see Ed Sheeran, isn't it, at the show? So there we go. Stephanie has got a couple of shirts. Wrestling is my first language shirt. That's great. That's great. Of course, Becky Lynch and Jey Uso, whilst Roman takes 3 tsunamis in the ring. There he is. Just living life, really. Whilst Roman's getting absolutely smashed on Raw. And talking about Raw, let's go into the Raw folder, shall we? Have a look, see what we've got in here. Jeez. So, John Cena is going to be on SmackDown. So, JDS, Aviation Adventures, thank you. Michael Cole accidentally said AJ Lee.
Even AJ Lee said he got a bit outsmarted by Dominic, may have taken him a bit too lightly over.
He said AJ Lee. Wade Barrett goes, I think you mean AJ Styles. I don't think anyone's outsmarting AJ Lee. So there we go, Carl. Thank you. Is that Ludwig, Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bate? So it seems like, Brady, thank you. It seems like we have got another El Grande now, of course. A third El Grande. And I think people are under the impression that this is Tyler Bate. I've seen a little report doing the round saying that it is Tyler Bate. I haven't been able to confirm that that is 100% true. But Tyler Bate is very much the front runner when it comes to the identity of the third El Grande. Love that, Enigma. Very good. Yeah, this is going to be the WrestleMania Battle Royal next year. All these El Grandes are going to be in it. CM Punk said, at least I still have my shoes. Of course, Roman would have another pair stolen tonight. So, Eric, thank you. Roman and Punk were talking after Raw. There we go. They're going off on each other. I couldn't quite make out. I heard Punk going, good of you to show up on time. I couldn't quite make out what Roman was saying, but they were going off. Love this. Sir, Becky Lynch just said you can't see him to Nikki Bella. That's so good. Ratchet the Owl, thank you. Gunther out of action indefinitely. That, of course, was announced on the show. So, Alfie, thank you. This was Seth at the start. He said, my beautiful intercontinental champion of a wife at the start. Dominic, excuse me? Very good. Seth Rollins' group is officially called The Vision. Bron Breakker fell asleep during the LA Knight promo. So there we go. Those two having a little nap as LA Knight was doing his promo. Someone yelled, go back to AEW to Rusev.
Post goes Sheamus.
I don't know if you could hear it. It's really quiet. Really quiet. But he does yell, go back to AEW. Dude, come on. Sister Abigail. Yeah. Massive hat. Dude. Grayson Waller is now being referred to as Big G. So there we go. Big G. Dude, come on. Come on. Next on my list is Stephanie Velcro. She did say that during the commercial break. She was like, next up, I'm going to take down Stephanie Velcro. So, very good. Very good. A lot of people won't have seen that because it was during the commercial break. Nick Khan and Triple H reached out to Brock Lesnar and said to him, it's time to come home. So that was revealed by Michael Cole during Raw that he had said that. There we go. That's the best image I could find. Who is that? A lot of people are saying it is Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate, the front runner. Finn Balor, again, I believe this was during commercial break. Finn Balor with an update. He said Liv is rehabbing. She'll get stronger every day, and she's going to be back soon in about 6 to 8 months. So there we go. 6 to 8 months. I doubt that's true. I'd imagine she'll be back before then, to be honest. Iyo Sky versus Naomi is set for next week. We also found out that Becky is going to take on Maxine Dupree, of course. Sam Roberts tweeted out the reaction to that line from Becky about John Cena to Nikki. Crowd going absolutely... I mean, this is like a return, isn't it? This is like a cash-in. Look at all the shock faces. It was just a line that was said in a promo. And then, of course, this guy just took Roman's shoes again. So there we go. Big Bronson Reed getting some more shoes so he can create another Shula Fala. Right, so we've done Raw, we've done Other, we've done Fun. I don't think we're going to have time for Community today. We'll roll that over to tomorrow. But I've got 2 community folders, so we'll definitely make sure that we get to those. But we are running out of time, and we still need to get to thanks. WWE, I think we did, didn't we? Yes, we started on that, so we've done that. Brock, all the individual ones we've done. Let's do thanks. Let's get out of here. We'll do community folder tomorrow. So, CM Chunk, Edward, Chris, He Who Smiles, Claire, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Robin, and wrestling's biggest fan. Shout out to you guys. There we go. A pretty stacked episodes of Unseen. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel and joining me over SummerSlam weekends. Don't forget we're back later for NXT. We're here for Raw, NXT, SmackDown, premium live events, Unseens every day. Loads more stuff as well that comes out of the channel. And yeah, really appreciate the support. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.